It seems like it's early in the morning. I can go live, but I can't go do my screen share on here, so I can do teaching. But I just want to quickly get on here and say why it's early in the morning. I know a lot of people are still talking about that K Dub stuff and about. I really didn't listen too much about it, but I heard a little bit about it. I just want to say witchcraft is real. Do y'all know that majority of some marriages that was broken up by witchcraft? Like somebody can be under a curse and don't know what they're doing. Okay? And I'm gonna give a perfect example about this, and I'm gonna talk about it right now. My godfather, he told me that a lady put a curse on him, and every morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, he used to walk on his knee. She had stole his shoe and put a curse on him. And he said every morning at 6 o'clock, he used to crawl on his knees like a dog and bark walking down the street. So in somebody else's eyes, he might look crazy. But witchcraft is real. A lot of women have stolen people's husband because of witchcraft. And this is the reason why the Lord told me that, okay, he got the situation what's going on with K Dub. Now I ain't gonna make no video, and I ain't gonna put his name or nothing inside the video. But what I would say is a lot of things is done by witchcraft. There are a lot of marriages being broken up by witchcraft because you got the woman that wants your husband went to some witch doctor and got some potion and did something, fed your husband some food, or she could have got a piece of his item and put his name in a jar, whatever she could have did, blah 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 blah. I'm just talking about some things that the Holy Spirit have revealed to me with some things that witches do. Okay, because I had to call a witch out on that video I made. Witches play too many games. They'll put your name and pictures and stuff underwater and stuff like that. How do you guys don't know? You guys don't know if why K-Dub left his wife, it's all because of witchcraft. That woman could have did witchcraft because she wants somebody else's husband, and everybody looking down on him like it's his fault. Now, the first time that this man, I was listening to some stories. Now, the first time this man had blocked the lady number, then all of a sudden after he blocked her, the lady got in touch with him again, and then he left his wife. That means it could be a possibility that might be witchcraft. There are some nasty women out there that know that you marry. They will go to the witch doctor and to put some spell on your husband because they want your husband. And see, everybody want to judge this man K-Dub. If you really listen to the story, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like that lady did witchcraft on him because she want that man. And y'all already know how these females are. These females out here don't care. They don't care that you got kids. They don't care that you married. They don't care how long you've been married. They don't care that you going to the wife going to church with the husband. If they want your man, they gonna come and get what they want. Simple as that. There's some nasty woman out there that's like that. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I done seen it done in my own family. I done seen it done in my own family. And the person, I heard the person admitted to it. The person used to go to South Carolina and go to the witch doctor in South Carolina and did all these things. But God has sent me in there to fight for somebody else. It wasn't me. But God sent me in there to spiritually fight for somebody else. And I did. I was coming up against this woman that was doing witchcraft for somebody in my family. As a matter of fact, it was two. I told you guys about my nephew. And because one day my mom went to Popeyes. My nephew used to work at Popeyes. And his ex-wife used to work at Popeyes, and her brother. And my mom had walked in the conversation, and the brother said, "Hey man, you still not doing that such and such on the females to get them to fall in love with you?" And he was like, "Shh, shh, shh, be quiet." Cause my nephew, his ex-wife, their family from Haiti. They do voodoo, they do witchcraft, they do all this stuff. She put witchcraft curses on my nephew to marry her. And my nephew never, before she put that curse on him, he used to always judge females that, be around him. He always thought that out of 1 out of 10, she was a 2 or 3. But all of a sudden, how she hops from being a 2 or a 3 of looks and the beauty and the looks in his eyes to boom, 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 he married her. We already knew that she put witchcraft, she did witchcraft to marry my nephew. So one day the Lord, because my nephew called my phone and he was like, Auntie, do you think that's my wife? I said, no, that's not your wife that God has for you. That's not your wife. I knew that girl. That girl knew who I was in the spiritual realm. It took me about four years to fight this girl down in the spiritual realm. And then they end up getting a divorce because she did witchcraft and she did witchcraft just to marry my nephew. Okay, so about this K-Dub situation, from what it sounds like, yes, if he had blocked this woman the first time and he dealt with the situation in the church and his wife, and then a lady got back in touch with him, that sounds like some voodoo, y'all. She wanted that man. That sounds like witchcraft. So that's the reason why God said, step back, step back. He's like, I got this. Because God might expose y'all don't know what these people out here doing. These women out here so desperate for men. These women out here so desperate for men. They don't care that you marry and you got a kids with a house and a dog and a fish in a bowl. They don't care about none of this stuff. See, I'm spiritual. I'm gonna look at it I'm gonna look at it all the way around. I'm not gonna look at it one side. Okay, Dub, you left your wife, you left her with kids. So how do you know the woman that he supposedly left his wife for is she's not a witch herself? She ain't put no curse on that man for that man to leave his family. Y'all don't know what's going on in the spiritual realm. See, if you not in if you don't know what true spiritual warfare is, you will never understand this whole concept of this whole nothing, this whole ordeal, everything that's going on with K-Dub. If you're not spiritual, my spiritual eyes seen that that was witchcraft done on this man to break up their marriage. There are a lot of people running around here doing witchcraft to break up people's relationship. You got jealous people out there that wants everything that you have, coveting of your neighbor. One of the 10 commandments God said we're not supposed to do, covets something of our neighbors. So coveting is basically in the same family as jealousy. A woman, whoever this other woman is that K-Dub left his wife for, this woman could be an underlying witch. She don't care that the man is married. She don't care that the man has kids. She just want what she want. And you got women out there that's like that. They want what they want. They see something, they're going to go get it. They don't care that you're married or not. They don't care if your kid's crying, Daddy, Daddy. Hey, Noah. Love you too. They don't care about all that. They don't care that the kids can be crying, Daddy, Daddy, come home. Those women don't care. There was this one guy, this is a true story. This lady did witchcraft love spell on this man, and she trapped the man in the house. Like every time the man would try to walk outside, this is a true story, y'all. Every time the man tried to walk outside, he would faint. And he had some family members fight for him that know how to spiritual warfare. Because God put me on that job of spiritually fighting for my nephew that was married to that witch. And he's not married to her anymore. And God kept giving me dreams, and he kept speaking to me saying, I need you to spiritually build your nephew up again, because she tore him down with all that witchcraft. That she had witchcraft spell on my nephew for years. And I fought that girl down for 4 years. I told y'all, when I go into spiritual warfare, it's no ending with me, because God never lost a battle. He never will. And I have victory in the name of Jesus. And until God tell me to stop doing spiritual warfare with somebody, he said, okay, I'm taking over. And then I let God, take over. But there are times when God wants us to really fight in spiritual warfare. I fought for 4 years for my nephew, but he's not in that witchcraft marriage no more. And she admitted it, that she her family them do that stuff. But hey, he grown, he got to go through his things. Even my kids going to go through their things. But as they're young, I teach my kids about spiritual warfare. But there are people out there that do these things. Like I stated in the beginning of the video, my goddaddy was telling me about this lady put a curse on him, and he was walking outside every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning on his knees barking like a dog. People do stupid stuff like that, y'all. This is another reason why I don't eat for nobody. I don't eat for certain restaurants, and I don't eat from everybody. But everybody's hands aren't clean. That's you can transfer spirits to food, and that's another teaching. But I believe that that man K-Dub, if he left the woman alone the first time and then he went back because she got back in touch with him, that was witchcraft. There's this guy on TikTok I saw a while back. He was telling me he was in a relationship like that where the lady was doing witchcraft on him and he couldn't get a break a loose from her. Y'all thinking it's y'all in y'all mind. Y'all might be thinking it's K-Dub, but it might be actually the woman doing witchcraft on him, and he need people to fight for him. He don't need a church outing him out the way they did, or putting their personal business out there like that. Well, luckily, you know what? In a way, it could be good because the people that can really see spiritually like me, that say, nah, something that's not right. I think this is witchcraft. People like me will fight for you. I think this is witchcraft. And I'm going to take this back to God. From all the evidence that I'm looking at, this got to be witchcraft. This lady want that man so bad. So, I mean, y'all can take it how y'all want to see it. I'm telling you what I see in the spiritual realm. This got to be witchcraft. There are some nasty women out there like that. They don't care that you're married. They just want your husband. They don't care how y'all break up. They don't care that you home sitting on there and crying on your pillow late at night, tears falling like Niagara Fall every night. They don't care about that. If they want your man, they going to come get your man. That situation with K-Dub is starting to look like witchcraft. But then you get people on this internet, well, he's wrong for leaving his wife. How do you know that man wasn't in his right state of mind and somebody put a curse over his mind? Witchcraft is real. Witchcraft is real. How do you know that the man is not in his right state of mind? He might not be in his right state of mind because that witchcraft took over. Like when I see my nephew married that girl. She did it secretly. How she did it with my nephew. And ever since my nephew was wearing that girl, his mind wasn't stable. His mind was everywhere. You could see this boy was in a daze. He was in a daze. He looked the zombie out when he was around her because she kept doing witchcraft on my nephew to keep him in that marriage. Because if he would have woke up from that marriage, he would have been like. But when he did woke up from the marriage, he realized who she was married because he had his auntie over here fighting for him. I think he realized it, and he's a little bit ashamed of it, and it broke him a little bit because he used to come to church. My mom at church. He used to come to church, and you could tell like something heavy, and I could see it over him. It was something heavy over his spirit, and it was feeling the shame. He found out that she was doing witchcraft on him, and there's a lot of things that people go through. So I'm really telling y'all, instead of y'all looking down at K-Dub, y'all need to look at this all in all. And I'm listening to the stories from different people's channel. God, something doesn't sound right. It sounds like this lady doing witchcraft on that lady husband to get K-Dub away from his wife in that church. This man could have been doing what he was supposed to be doing for God. And then that's how the devil come in with a Jezebel spirit. That's how the devil come in with the Delilah spirit. That's how the enemy come in to knock you down from your post. How do you know this man really wasn't doing what he's supposed to do for God? And the enemy is not playing fair. And he bring this woman along and put witchcraft on him to stop him from doing his calling. Y'all just don't know. Instead of judging it, look at the whole situation. Y'all don't know what's going on. Instead of judging it, look at the whole situation. Now, I would never put my mouth in the situation because it could well enough be that this man has witchcraft being done to him to get him away from the church and his family. The church and his family. And this is out of his normal. He never acted like this before. Nah, I'm looking at it all. I'm looking at it spiritual. You got to see it with your spiritual eyes. That this can well be witchcraft that's being done to this man, K-Dub. It might not be what y'all think. Oh, he just left his wife and left his kid. Most of the time, it be women doing witchcraft on these men to leave their wives and kids. I need y'all to look at this spiritually and get in spiritual warfare and see it spiritually. I'm looking at it spiritually. Like the story that I'm hearing, that don't sound right. They got you away from church and your family and your kids. Nah, she did some real heavy curse spell on that man. So I'm gonna pray about his situation. That's why the Lord kept telling me, he was like, let these people talk. God said he got this. All I heard God told me, he said, I got the situation. I got this. And if God really exposed that this man is under witchcraft spell, all of y'all need to owe this man an apology. All of y'all people that's making videos trying to look down on him, especially Marcus Rogers and Bendigo, all of y'all gonna owe this man an apology. Y'all don't even know if this man under a witchcraft spell. It's called love spells. Love spells that break up people marriages. So you guys be blessed. I gotta get going.